Hi everybody, my name is Rebecca and I'm part of the Jane Craigie marketing team, and I'm usually the person the other side of the camera, but this week the team have challenged me to put together a very short video linking to our newsletter theme of the great outdoors. As somebody who has spent years telling her mum she can't help with gardening and weeding and planting shrubs because I hate gardening with a passion, I've suddenly found myself absolutely loving getting my fingers dirty. And part of that is down to the fact that as somebody who works from home all the time, I've really faced some lockdown lows. I'm usually out and about in the countryside, in fields, meeting farmers, meeting agronomists and growers and learning more about what they're doing to share their stories with you and the press. So a few weeks before lockdown impacted us, I actually bought a Polytunnel, which is where I'm stood today. So the team have asked me to share some of my 6 top tips on how I'm combating the lockdown lows through the green fingers and through the planting of seeds. So here we go. Number 1, I didn't have any pots when we started with our Polytunnel, so I've been using egg boxes, margarine containers, any food container plants that I can get my hands on, putting holes in the bottom of them and using them as planters. Number 2, go for easy. So I started with some really difficult plants and realised they weren't going to work. Things like runner beans and sunflowers have taken off and they're doing really, really well, and it's really rewarding. So start with something really, really easy. Number 3, grow what you love. So we in our family love vegetables and fruit, but I particularly love cut flowers in my office. I love having them in the back of my screens when I'm talking to some of you on Zoom calls. So I've planted gerberas and I've planted cut flowers in my Polytunnel so that I can cut them ready for when I have got them in full bloom. Number 4, Mum Helpline. Now this is one of the most important things I have done since I've had my Polytunnel. If you're not sure what you're doing, have a helpline, whether that's your mum or a friend that you can send a picture to of your plant and ask them what it is or what's going wrong. And if you can't have a mum helpline, there's some amazing apps that you can sign up to. Many of them are free, that you just scan the leaf or the plant and it will tell you what it is. And we're featuring one in this newsletter that I've been using over the last 2 to 3 weeks. Number 5, seeds, plugs and plants. Which one do you go with when you're starting? I've got a mixture of all of them. So I've been ordering some plugs from online greenhouses and nurseries that are still able to send them out in the post. But I've also got some seeds that I managed to get from friends, and my mum sent me some seeds, so some tomato plant seeds, and the runner beans were from seeds. And if you're in doubt, start with a few plants that you can then cut up, make cuttings of, or you can make them into pretty beds and flowers. And number 6, pull up a chair. If all things go wrong and your Polytunnel and your plants don't work, you can always put a chair in your polytunnels, your greenhouses or your houses and surround yourself with the things that you are growing. It's actually really, really rewarding and so healthy to be surrounded by some of the green things that you're growing. So whatever you do, whether it's in a house, whether it's in your Polytunnel or whether it's in your greenhouse, it's certainly been one of my places of relaxation over the last lockdown learning. Not everybody has space for a Polytunnel, but even if you've just got a small windowsill, growing some herbs is such a rewarding and healthy way to get out of some of your lockdown blues.